Hello, everyone. Dear listeners, welcome to the very first episode of From RJ with Love. I am your host, RJ Palhegi. Be coming to you every Monday, hopefully for a good long time. Thanks for listening in. Be sure to tell your friends and all about the podcast if you really enjoy it. I'm coming to you from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I bet some of you are just sitting there going, where the hell is Murfreesboro, Tennessee? Well, it really is in the middle of nowhere, and we're sitting here pretty much freezing to death. Yeah, we're not like up north where you get like fun winter, where you get like a bunch of snow and you can go sledding and, I'm from Florida. I don't know what else people do in the snow besides sledding and, feeling very depressed. All we get here is the depression part of winter because it just snows and then it's just icy. So you can't even leave. You can't go out in the snow, make a snow. There. Snow angels. You can make snow angels in the snow. But, here in the borough, you can't make an ice angel. Nope, you'll go out there, slip, break your neck, bam, dead. D-E-A-D, dead. But yeah, people live here. People been living here for years. And it's funny about Murfreesboro because there's like two halves of Murfreesboro. It's a college town. And in the middle of the town is the college, is Middle Tennessee State University. And on one side of the university is really nice. It's like 10 years old. It's got all the like newest restaurants. It's got like a Chipotle. It's like that area. It's where the Chipotle is. It's where a Red Robin's is. Nothing bad happens by a Red Robin and a Chipotle. Barnes and Noble, those are in the nice parts of town. But the other area looks like we're at a Deliverance or something. People riding around in pickup trucks from 1954. And you got a bunch of college kids just stuck in the middle. And college kids. I know, people who are older than college kids hate college kids. People who are younger than college kids want to be college kids. College kids probably don't give a crap either way. Oh, by the way, I will be doing my best not swearing on this podcast, but a word might slip every now and then. So, I don't want you to be listening in the car, driving little Jimmy to school, and then, all of a sudden, there's an F-bomb drop. Just, prepare them. Prepare your kid for that, Be prepared with your children. Isn't that the best advice anyone could give? How the hell should I know? I'm not a parent. Raise your kids however you want. There. Raise your kids however you want. And there's parenting. There's books on parenting. Just, if your kid's a dick, see? Oh, there's one. Tell him he's a dick and tell him to stop being a dick. There was 3. Sorry. Okay, that's my rant about parenting. Sorry, because I don't, shit. Sorry, there it goes again. Yeah, don't know much about parenting. But how was your week? Did you have a good week last week? Watch the football games? Whew. 2 overtime semifinal games, and of course, not everyone too happy with the referees for the Saints and the Rams, but the Rams going to the Super Bowl. Good for them, I suppose. I don't know. And then, that old dynamic duo, Belichick and Brady, just boom, back in it. Was there ever any doubt? They've been doing it for years. They've had to start selling off other people's parts of their soul to Satan to start getting to these places. Huh. But also going on in Murfreesboro, the big news in Murfreesboro. There is a lunar eclipse going on, and they're inviting students and people out to the observatory to look at this. It's like a blood orange thing. But we're in Murfreesboro, where I just told you about the weather, just cold and awful. I haven't seen the sun in 2 weeks. Who lives like that? Crazy people live like that. But they're there with a big-ass telescope trying to look at the moon because it's going to be red. You just Google it tomorrow, but people out there freezing their tuchuses off. And it's cloudy. It's cloudy and overcasting. Just step there looking at clouds. They'll probably be just like a brief second. Just a real brief second where the cloud breaks. And they're like, oh! I can see it! I can see the blood orange moon! It's beautiful! Then you have a professor trying to run over. His whole career has been waiting for this moment to see the blood orange moon. He might have to wait another, 17 years to see this phenomenon. Missed the last one, had to wait 17 years. What does he get tonight? The Burrow. It's overcast and he can't see diddly squat. Oh, Lord. But I had an interesting week. Did have an interesting week. At work, I work for intramurals, had to market for intramurals, and trying to market to college students is very tough when you don't have something to give them. College students don't, have a whole lot. So you got to have something to entice them, like, a shirt, one of those things that go on the back of a cell phone, something to get their attention. You just can't people aren't nice, You can't just be, hey, do you want to play intramurals? No, thank you. No, they just keep on stepping. Keep on stepping. Don't know. They're in a rush. Got to get to the Dunkin' Donuts. Get an iced coffee. Yep. But yeah, so I'm sitting there with a coworker trying to sell to these people to get them to play sports. And we had a guy come up. We're like, all right, hey, we got somebody. We got somebody. And we're telling him all about he wants to play indoor soccer. Big soccer guy. He had like long, not clean hair. Tattoos, like, like those tattoos where it's not like a big picture or something, but they just have like a bunch of little ones like in a spot, and it's like some sort of collage, and it doesn't make sense, but it really makes sense to them. That's what he had, like all on like his hand and arm, just like little different doodles. He had doodle arm. He probably, doodled himself on the arm with a pen or a Sharpie and just went up to the guy and said, here, go ahead, just make it permanent. So, but I tell him, hey, get your friends together and form a team. He goes, oh, I don't have any friends. Oh, God. Isn't that fun to hear from somebody? But he did have the backup of that he just moved and came to campus. So hopefully that guy gets out there and makes some friends. Maybe some other people who have collage tattoos of stuff and people who don't use shampoo. But yeah, the table next to us, they had, as the girl called, swag. Hey, y'all want some swag? Got some stuff here? Y'all go get some swag? And she was with a church, and, God bless them, the church, for getting out there. And it's really is a good cause. They're giving a talk on consent and all. But, you're trying to market people to come to the consent, rally with swag. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But, they had, cups. Cups. Get your swag cups. Those wallets you stick on the side of your phone. Want your swag wallet phone thing? I don't get that. Yes, my mom has it. My sister has it. You stick it on the back of your phone. You put all your credit cards and all in there. And how many times a day do people go, hey, where the fuck's my phone? Oh, see, there's one. Sorry, there was a big one. Sorry. Tell little Jimmy in the back seat I apologize. But seriously, how often are you in your house? You're like, hey, honey, call my phone. It's gone. I lost it. Can't hear it because you always have it on silent. Everyone's phone's on silent. And also you do the find the phone app. Find the phone. It says it's in a radius of 1 mile. Oh, it's here somewhere. And where is it? It was in my pocket. Can you believe that? The back pocket. I never put it there. Oh, it was in my purse. Honey, sorry. Have a good day at work. But yeah, good. The girl got more people at her table than at my table. I'm selling physical activity. No one wants to do physical activity unless, they absolutely have to, or they're one of those real get in shape people. Working out. Getting the biceps good. Leg day, bruh. You know? Everyone else, hey, you want to go play soccer? Soccer. Whoa. Don't you have Netflix or something, bro? You want to go play soccer? But yeah, that's who we're marketing to. Oh, you guys like this. I'm only 23 years old. But I'm already, I'm getting what my aunts and my uncles and my parents are starting to say when, like, I would say something and they're like, oh, I feel so old when you say that. I'm starting to feel that. I'm helping with a local theater here in Murfreesboro. We're putting on a murder mystery dinner show. And it takes place in the 90s, and we have some teenagers in the cast. And, teenagers are now born in, like, 2005. That they're in that area. So I was born in 95, so I'm not really, like, a product of the 90s, I remember a little bit. But I didn't live through that decade and experienced it, the way that other people did. So we're, like, looking stuff up and talking about it. I'm a big movie person, so we're asking them, have you seen any of these movies? And, everyone that I know has seen, like, the classic Batmans. Especially the bad ones, the Schumacher ones with Val Kilmer and, the George Clooney one that, it's iconic. Iconically bad, to say the least. But, they're there. Oh, no, I've never seen that. No, don't know what that is. Got Schwarzenegger up the Iceman cometh. Oof. Rough stuff. Hard to watch, but, you say, just makes you feel old. And I don't like it. No one likes feeling old. Yeah, we're like these kids, have you seen The Matrix? No, don't know what that is. Keanu, don't know what that is. Red or blue pill. People are like, oh, no clue. Don't know what Rugrats is. Sure as hell know what Fortnite is. I won't get into that. That's tough. Hey, you know what it's time for? It's time for an ad. What, RJ? Got somebody advertising with you already? Well, I try to, be as professional as possible on here. Try to get, everything good as it can be. Got to throw a little advertisement in there. This is for my good buddy Nathan Hughes. He's a realtor here in Middle Tennessee. Are you considering a move in Middle Tennessee? Well, maybe not after listening to the first 5 minutes of this. You're not. Anyway, choose one of the area's premier agents, Nathan Hughes with Parks Realty, to help guide you through your buying or selling experience. Nathan is a great guy, and he will definitely get you what you need out of, selling or buying your dream house. So contact him today. His phone number is 919-455-5933. Again, that's 919-495. 919-455-5933, or email him at nathansoldit@gmail.com. He really is, guys. He's very good at what he does. He will find exactly what you need in this lovely little community of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, or the greater Middle Tennessee area. So definitely give him a call or shoot him an email if you're looking to buy or sell your next home. So I had crazy weekend. Crazy weekend. My roommate is a DJ or a music producer, but he DJs on the side. And he goes by Freshman, Frshmyn. You can't just spell freshman. It's got to be cool and hip. And, if you're into sort of that DJ, I don't really know how to explain it, but like the robot, that kind of music. Give him a listen. I guess he's good. I mean, he's playing shows in Nashville. He must be pretty good. But it was like his fourth or fifth or sixth, I can't even remember, show in Nashville. So he's doing really good with it. And they always invite me, RJ, you got to come out to the show. Got to come out and see a show. Got to come out and see a show. And for those of you who know me know that is not my kind of music. I like the old school rock and roll, country music, a little twang, not the delivery, no, don't ever want to hear that song. Little fiddle, little steel guitar, little Amarillo by morning. Oh, perfect. So anyway, it's his sixth, fifth, who knows what number show, and I'm like, oh, okay. I will go to this show. So I finally agreed to it. All his friends came in, his parents came in, and I called his mom. I go, hey, you're going to have to take me to this thing. She's like, oh, why? Why is that, RJ? I go, because I am getting drunk for this. I did. And that's exactly what I did. They left at 5 o'clock, him and his friends, to go do sound checks or whatever, and his parents were on their way to get me, and I just started throwing them back. Had to throw it back to make make the people look pretty too, but make the music sound good. Everything's better when you're a little buzzed, so I'm tossing them back. And they pick me up, and we get to this place. It's called the Back Corner. And my roommate, he said it perfectly. He saw the look on my face. And, I had the look of just shock and expression of when you're driving down the road and a deer runs out in front, just, oh! What was that? Just utter bewilderment. I was totally out of my element. Even so, he goes, oh, RJ doesn't know what to do here. I really didn't. I had no idea what I was doing there and what was going on. So anyway, he went on, and his parents and I, we got to go to the upper section of this place. It's a small place. It's a small place, but we got to go up to the higher area of the bar, and I got my 2 or 3 drinks, just keeping it going. And I got to people watching. Is there anything better than people watching? Really, there isn't. Especially in a place like that. I was hidden like Lee Harvey Oswald was when Kennedy got shot. I was just up high, looking down, covered in darkness like Batman. Nobody saw me. No one saw us. And I'm looking down at, God bless you if you like this kind of music. It's not for me, but hoo-wee. There's some strange birds in there, I can tell you that much. There was a guy in there. He had like feathers, neon blue feathers, and giant feathers. They looked like a washcloth. And he had them like hooked onto his back belt loop. So he had feathers hanging off his ass, just shaking it. Feathers flapping in the air as, the beat. Feathers going. And have you ever seen anyone who actually looked good with feathers? I don't know. Feathers aren't my thing. Feathers look a bit ridiculous in my opinion. And this guy had, 2 feathers hanging off him. God forbid he let one rip. Just feathers waving in the air. Oh, Longinus farted. How do you tell? How'd you tell, John? Oh, well, his feathers moved. His feathers had that ripple effect. But hey, he was having a great time. He was, hey, living in the moment. What else could we do? There was a girl there with a hula hoop, and the hula hoop had like lights in it. And the lights were just flashing all sorts of different colors. And she wasn't just hula hooping. She's like spinning it around and putting it on her neck. And she's on the floor tossing it in the air. This is a small place. I mean, she got her own section. There's hundreds of, no, I won't say hundreds, but a bunch of people there. She's tossing up hula hoops. Surprised no one got hit. Oh, and speaking of people getting hit with things, there was a guy there. I don't know what it was. It looked like giant yo-yo balls or something on strings, and the string and the balls lit up like the hula hoop did, just flashing colors. And this guy's spinning them around. Looks like he's casting spells on somebody. He'd be out there dancing. I don't know how he did it. He must have had so much laser focus on his balls, on his big light up balls, that he didn't just clock somebody with it, Literally, he was just spinning, people out there, the beat drops, and, there's always something like, and raise your hand, let's get the party started, boom, 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 and they slow it down, And everyone's like, jump, oh, here it comes. Here comes the drop. And they just like slam their head down and like do exactly the same move, but like slower. This guy's spinning balls. These people going all different directions. He's like, whoop, missed you. Wow, missed you. Look out. But hey, people enjoyed it. God, as I said before, God, find something you like and enjoy. Go out, do it every day. Oh, you like this? You'll love this. There was people there that if you stood them right next to each other, their hair color formed a rainbow. Just a perfect rainbow. Reds, blues, purples, yellows. Like, not like blonde. Like yellow. Like a crayon yellow. Like your ugly neighbor's house yellow. Yellow. So anyway, we finally got out of there. His parents, bless them, they don't understand the music either, but very supportive of their son, which is fantastic. They came all the way up from Atlanta to see him. And so we decide to leave, and I go, look, this was great. He was very good. But I need to go hear some country music. I need to hear something that I like just to balance out what I heard. I heard the music by computers. Now I need to go see a big-bellied redneck woman and a fat guy play a fiddle and a steel guitar. So I had them drive me to my favorite place in Nashville, the Nashville Palace. Now, the Nashville Palace is not for everyone. I will start off with that. They get bands there that play old school country music. Like, even I don't know some of the songs in there. I was there with some family friends, and the band started playing a song, and my buddy goes, "Yep, they're playing a song from 1927. I go, even them, I'm like, guys, you gotta come up with a little more modern and known. But that's my favorite place, Booze is cheaper, it's not, it's crowded, but it's not slammed, always get a table. Great music, even if you don't know the songs, the musicians are incredible. Incredible. I saw a blind accordion player there singing. A blind accordion player there just playing the thing, singing. I could not believe it. It was fantastic. So anyway, I'm there with his parents, and then my roommate and his friend show up, and they looked like me when I walked into the other place, like the deer in the headlights, like, oh God have mercy, what on earth is this place? There's people with cowboy hats, there's people on the dance floor doing the country two-step, like slower, but they're doing it. And they're like, yeah, we got to get out of here. We're going to go to Broadway, which is, for those of you who don't know, Broadway is like the main strip of honky-tonks and bars in Nashville. They're like, yeah, we're going to Broadway. And his parents are like, oh, we'll go to Broadway too. And I'm looking at my watch. And intoxicated RJ is, he's not about Broadway. He likes where he likes. So he was at where he liked. So I'm like, it is 12:45 at night. I am not going to Broadway. They're like, all right, we'll see ya. And they left. I was like, oh no. Now what? I'm stuck at the pub at the honky tonk. Oh, and here's a bad part. Listen, this is bad no matter where you go. So the fiddle player, a very nice lady for the band, goes around to get tips and suggestions. And she gets to our table. And she's like, hey, you look familiar. You've been here before, haven't you? If you get recognized at any bar or any, like bars are good establishments and all, like, some are higher end and all, and you have your regulars and all. But does anyone really want to be considered a regular at a bar? That means you go there drinking enough that you're recognized by people. I got recognized by a band member. The band people aren't even there all the time. That's how bad it was. So anyway, they left me. They left me there, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, oh gosh, how am I going to get home? Like, always do Uber, but that's $60, and I am not made of money. So I called my good friend, and bless her heart, she came and picked me up 45 minutes out of the way. And whew, I was doing the country two-step a different way. It was more, not coordinated. It was more side to side and me crashing into things. But I stumble into the car, and we're driving back to the borough. Another cold, cold night. And we drive back, and we get off the exit, and she turns down the road. I go, oh, my God. I start just belly laughing. I'm like, She goes, what is it? I go, oh, I have a good friend that lives down this street. She goes, what? I go, yeah, turn here. She freaking Tokyo drifts this car at 2:30 at night. Tokyo drifts into this neighborhood, and we go creeping up to the house. I go, okay, wait here. So I get out of the car and do a tuck and roll like I'm James Bond or some nonsense like that. And I call him on the phone. I'm walking up to the door, all stealthy like, except I had cowboy boots on. As soon as I got onto like the little walkway, I'm like, clump, 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 and it's phone's ringing. And this is bad too on my part. They answer and go, is this one of your famous drunk calls? I think I might have a problem. Getting recognized at bars by fiddle players, and people know about famous drunk calls from RJ. I may need help. But anyway, I just stream. I go, bang on that door. Ding, 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 ding. Ring the doorbell, and I'm booking it down the front yard. Booking it. Dive back in the car. We peel off like Bonnie and Clyde. Literally, off and running. I laughed for about 15 minutes. I literally, 15 minutes straight, I kept laughing. And the crazy part was, I thought they'd just be like, oh, so someone knocked on the door. I guess we're going to go back to sleep. They call me 15 minutes later. I go, well, now, RJ? Was that you banging on the door? I go, you goddamn right it was! Although I saw them today, he goes, well, you didn't say that exactly. You said it more like, rah, 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 rah. And then he tells me, I was out there with my gun. I could have shot you. I go, that would have made the story even better. I get clipped in the shoulder from a Beretta because I'm ding-dong ditching people after a drunken night of DJing and honky-tonkin'. And you're probably sitting there like, man, RJ's a bit of a dick. Oh, sorry, there was another one. Sorry to little Jimmy in the backseat. But, for those of you who believe in karma happened to me. It did. Earlier Sunday morning. God. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and, I'm a 24-year-old. Like, I fit the stereotype. I'm not getting up till at least 11 o'clock at night. All of a sudden, ding dong, ding 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 ding. It's not Ding Dong Ditcher. There's someone at the door. I thought it was the Amazon guy. I'm like, an Amazon guy's about to get a beat down. So I go stumbling down the stairs, and still just ding 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 ding. Look, it sounded like a winner on The Price is Right. Have you ever seen The Price is Right? Johnny, what do we got here? Oh, we have this lovely piano, and Bob. Oh, God, what's that guy's name? Oh, it's going to bother me. Bob Barker. Well, now Drew Carey. Well, what do you think it's worth? Say it. They win. Ding, 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 ding. That's what my doorbell sounded like. Whoever was at it was hitting it so precisely. They were playing the damn Price is Right winner ding. And I go down there. I fly the door open. I go, what the hell is going on here? And it's a group of 5 people of my roommate's friends. They got all tanked up. They left their keys there. I don't know how the hell they made it home. Oh, we're here for the keys. Why don't you call the guy you know? Why you playing The Price is Right on my doorbell? Oh, so yeah, karma caught up to me. It really did. Again, this is the first episode of the podcast, and when I told my ma, bless her, I said, hey, I'm going to be starting a podcast. She goes, well, what are you going to talk about? I go, just talk about life in general, We're pretty exciting people. Well, we're not exciting people, but crazy-ass stuff happens to us. She goes, oh. Well, you can't talk politics. No politics. So I'm trying to keep political diatribe down to a minimum and just talk about religion. Talk about our good Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. No, I'm just kidding. Just hope you tune in, tell your friends about it. Hopefully you get a few laughs out of it. And with that, I decided, well, can't talk about me all the time. So I went on to the internet, the magical internet, where you're probably listening to this right now, and just Googled weird news articles. And I got this from NBC and the Huffington Post, their weird news article section. Let's see what we got first. Florida man threatens to kill neighbor with kindness. The name of his machete. Now, hey, gotta love a man who lives by the words he says. And coming from Florida, you see on the internet all these things about, Florida man, Florida woman who does this. They're all true. I'm from South Florida. The whole state is a bunch of crazy people. In South Florida, where I am, on the East Coast, it's a bunch of rich Yankees who moved down there and brought all their kids with there. Then there's South Beach with, the Cubanos and the rich partiers and the Miami Heat players. And then on the west coast of South Florida, you got old retirees. Then in the middle in Orlando, you have Disneyland. And then up north from that, all a bunch of rednecks. All in that section of Florida. It's like Georgia. I wouldn't say that, but it's kind of like Georgia. But yeah, Florida. And take a Google of Florida man threatens to kill neighbors with kindness, the name of his machete. This is like a good old Florida boy. He's from northern Florida, I'd gotta say. Of Milton, Florida. I gotta pull up the maps right here. Maps. Milton, Florida. Milton, Florida. And, yep, I guessed it. Northern Florida on the peninsula by Alabama and Louisiana. And he does look like a good old boy. He's got a lovely mullet, some sideburns, and a goatee. And his mugshot, he's kind of got like a tilt. I didn't know you could do that in your mugshot. Let's see, read. Kindness is what the 30-year-old Brian calls his machete. Oh my goodness. When it happened on a Wednesday evening. It began when two of the man's neighbors went to the suspect's home concerned about yelling and banging that had come from the home all day. Well, that's every other house in Florida, just people at each other's throats. What do you want? They must have been, vacationers. He smelled of alcohol. Well, there's a surprise. Stewart came out of the house with an arm raised, holding the machete, which had the word kindness written on it. Oh, he had the word kindness written on his machete. What do you use to write on machete, I wonder? I mean, does he have a Sharpie? And with a Sharpie smudged off, I gotta go rewrite kindness on old kindness right there. Oh, no. One of the neighbors stepped in front of the other to block the blade and suffered a half-inch cut on his left hand. Oh, it's a dull half an inch. That's a dull machete. Kindness has seen better days. Good heavens, have mercy. All right. What else have we got here? Milton, Florida. See, northern Florida. I told you that's where the rednecks are. Let's see here. Next one. Man hospitalized after injecting own semen to treat back pain. How? Oh my God. How do you even think of something like that? The little thing under the title of the article says, doctors in Ireland didn't see this coming. Shit. Nobody saw this coming. Oh, could you imagine just... Darn, honey, my back. Oh, he's Irish. Oh, honey, my back hurts. Maybe jerk off a bunch of times, honey. A new study published in the Irish Medical Journal recounts a case of the 33-year-old man who was hospitalized after repeatedly injecting himself with semen to relieve chronic back pain. How many times was this guy choking the chicken if he had this? I mean, so he'd do it. He'd have to keep it in a container. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was going to get this dirty on the first episode. If you want to fast forward, I'm so sorry to little Jimmy in the back. You're probably having to pause and be like, oh, well, choking the chicken is when, I don't even want to get into it. I'm so sorry. But only At least it's not Florida this time. It's all the way on the other side of the pond in Ireland. But yeah, he'd have to, and yeah, he would just have to keep it all like in one place, like you have to get out. Does he have a bowl or something? Just keep it all in there, all in there. This man must have had incredible concentration and aim. Let's see here. This is the first reported case of semen injection for use as a medical treatment, doctors in Dublin wrote. Well, not surprised there. First reported case for medical treatment. What made him even think of this? Let's keep going. Here we go. The patient disclosed that he had intravenously injected his own semen as an innovative method to treat back pain. Excuse me. He had devised this cure, in quotes, independent of any medical advice. Yeah, well, no shit. Well, sorry about that, but seriously, what was the logic on here, sir? Oh my God. I mean, you get it in your bowl, you get it in a syringe. What do you gotta freeze it? Keep it good in case you've injected too much already and injected it into your back. Or no, wait a second. Look, read here. The man had reportedly said he had purchased a hypodermic needle, online, and had been injecting himself once a month for the past 18 months. What? 18 months? Over a year this man did this. What is wrong with him? Oh, God, look, they got a picture. He didn't even inject it into his back where it hurt. He injected it into his arm. Like it was some sort of medicine drug or something. Oh, my God. It's like, it's the logic. Oh, God, my knee really hurts. Better put ice on my shoulder. Oh, God, The semen reportedly entered the man's blood vessels and muscles. An x-ray revealed air trap beneath the man's skin, and he was immediately hospitalized. Good God, I am so sorry, but this is a weird one. Oh, my God. How do you even think of something like that? Is awful. Oh, good Lord, have mercy. Oh, well, I'm sorry for that, everyone. Oh, well, let's move on to something else. Now, oh, God, that was rough. Took a lot out of us. But for those of you who like the Facebook page, you probably saw that the podcast has an email address. It's from rjwithlove@gmail.com. And if you write in an email, I will read it aloud and you send it about, whatever it is you want me to talk about. And we did get one. I started the page on Friday, and we got an email out already. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Hi. Well, hello. I am writing you because I feel these podcasts, capitalized P-O-D, and then had cast as another word. Podcast is one word, but that's all right. I feel these podcasts are an important element of communication of how people really feel about things in our world today. Well, yes, you're absolutely right. Any idiot, here, look at me, can get a microphone and a computer and just start ranting and raving about whatever they want. With the government shutdown in the news, oh boy. What did I say about 10 minutes ago? I'm not going to talk about politics. Well, here we go, right out of the gate. Government shutdown. How do you think both sides can come together to work and solve these issues? Immigration is definitely an issue that needs to be solved. What are your thoughts about how they can come together? Thanks. Well, first of all, thank you for writing in to the podcast. I said I wasn't going to talk about politics, but, maybe I should do what I did say. Not talk about politics, talk about religion. Well, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus shut the government down for this long? Oh, here's another thing for you, a little piece of advice. I had a debate teacher tell me this in high school, that you can never use the Bible to argue your point. Now, before you all get up in arms, this is the logic behind that. You can't use the Bible to argue your point because there's always something in the Bible that contradicts itself. There's always like a passage in one area that says do A, and then another passage in another part of the Bible that says don't do A. But yes, what are your thoughts about how they can come together? I think the biggest thing is both sides, the Republicans and the Democrats, refuse to let either side have a win. And I mean, you got to have a little give and a little take, I think, to be successful. And both Pelosi and Schumer and President Trump are so stern on what they want and not letting the others get what they want that, you know what I'm saying? They need to be a little, give a little, get a little, so I think they just need, keep talking and just trying to not keep everybody happy, but just come to some sort of agreement, that fits some of the criteria, because, there's obviously people who want what the president wants. And, there's obviously people who don't. So, yeah, I think that's, their biggest thing. Keep talking it, and, you're going to have to give a little up before you get. So, well, thank you for sending in that email and, bringing up politics, breaking the first rule. Anyway, I know, just kidding. That's all right. But anyway, this is the end of the first episode. Thank you guys so much for listening in, and be sure to like us on Facebook, send in an email, and subscribe to the website from RJ with Love, and tell your friends, family. Be sure to listen in. More listeners we get, more I'll keep doing this. So if you enjoy it, try to get the word out there. Thank you so much. Until next Monday, this has been From RJ with Love.